communication between the clubs and the district. You should know who your AG is, but first you probably need to know your area. If any of you are super new to Rotary or to your position and you don't know what area you're in, so you don't know your AG or who to look for on this list, please put it in the comments with your Rotary club. Then I can help you determine which area you're in afterwards. But all of these people are your first line of defense. If you need anything from the district, they are here to help you. Hopefully you get to meet them throughout the year. They should be either coming to your clubs or virtually. I don't know if they're allowed to visit right now, but you should get to know them. And they're a great resource and super happy and nice people. I enjoy working with them. The other set of people that you should know is your governor team. Right now, Bob Quay is our governor, but his term is ending. And Tim, who you met in introducing our speaker today, he will be our district governor. So he's going to be in charge of all of the fun things that we do this year. And he's super approachable. And if you need anything, he's here for you. But also I wanted to point out that Lynn and Linda, who are the next in line to be governor, are super excited about being in that governor line, and they're not quite as busy as Tim. So they are super available to help you. But not only do they want to know when you have struggles and questions, I'm supposed to tell you that they want to be invited to all your fun things. So any meetings or get-togethers, celebrations, things like that, they want to know that, and they want to help you. They're all here for that. Lynn was also the one that introduced Lauren earlier. She's in this meeting, so I have to be nice. So some of the websites. Moving on. Our district5080.org, that's our website. And I just wanted to point out a couple of things. I put 2 circles on this page. First of all, I just told you all the people that you should know, but if you want to know how to contact them, you're going to go to that governor team tab on the district website homepage. I do think you have to log in to get to here. So go to the district website, log in, then if you hit governor team and you can go to the organization chart, it's going to give you a list of the whole leadership team. If you want to email Lynn, or you want to email your AG or me or anybody, that's where you're going to find all of the info to do that. It's under that governor team tab. Also, obviously we're here for membership, so I put a circle around the membership tab. There is that. It's going to take you to other links for membership resources. So these are my 2 favorite things according to membership for our district website. There's more cool stuff, but we're not here to talk about that. The Rotary.org website. This is my most used website when I need questions answered, when I need resources, how I taught myself how to be membership chair of my club, and teaching myself how to be your membership chair for district. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. I'm super new to Rotary, so this is the place to go, guys. So once you log in, this is another website that you have to log into to get this information. But once you log in on this home page, reference tab, right in the Learn by Topic. Right now we're here for membership, so I circled membership. So obviously you're looking for some resources there. That's going to take you to tons of resources. You're going to find engagement strategies. You're going to find how to attract new members. You're going to find the Rotary Club Health Check, which I talked about in my last session, and I'll talk about again because I like it so much. But also the 3rd circle on this page is the Learning Center. I thought I would have oh, look, you can't see my mouse. Here, this is super important. The Learning Center on Rotary.org is a wonderful resource in itself to teach you about all kinds of things. So in the Learning Center, there's just these courses that you can take If you haven't done this yet, I really recommend it. You can learn about every single kind of topic, but when it relates to membership, there's a ton of really good ones that I would recommend. So once you go to the Learning Center, you're going to click on categories. Oh, now I don't have a mouse. Anyways, categories. And then under there, you can click on membership, and you're going to get these different learning courses that you see here on building a diverse club, on flexibility and innovation in your club, making a new member orientation. So anything that you need to know about membership is going to be in the Learning Center. And some of them are kind of boring. Some of them are interactive, so they're a little more fun. Some of them are going to quiz you, but you're going to learn. And there's a ton of information here. I use it all the time. I apparently have the most points in the district, just to brag. You get points when you click on these resources, and the district can see that. So I just think that's really cool. If you need any help navigating the Learning Center, I am here for you. It wasn't the easiest thing in the beginning for me, but I did learn the categories and then membership. You can't really go wrong after that. All of them I recommend. All right, and then there's the Zone website. I have also been using this a lot. So we are Zone 27, I think, and we combine with Zone 26 for all of our fun get-togethers and our website. But this website, you don't have to log into. You can just go here and get information, which is awesome. And you can click on Club and District Support over here, and then Membership Resources. This humongous circle is here because I couldn't pick just one that I really, really liked. They're all really good. If you are the membership committee chair in your club and you haven't really figured out your committee yet, there's an awesome resource there for who you need, roles to give them, or if you're a little club, how many people do you need and what should they do? If you're a big club, things like that. It's awesome. This membership resource guide here is just a big sheet of links. It's gonna give you engagement strategies. It's gonna give you orientation help. It's gonna give you a link to the strategic plan, and making a vision for your club. Every link that you could want, they put it in one place. Our zone is pretty awesome. If you don't know what a zone is, I didn't for the longest time. So you have your club, and then bigger than that, you have your area, and your AG is in charge of your area, and they help you with that. And then we get bigger to the district, and then you have all kinds of district leadership to help you. And then bigger than the district is a zone. So there's lots of districts in our Zone 27, and they all get together, and it's just more people to help us is what I have figured out. So the Zone website is really awesome as well. So now you know where to find all of these resources, where to go to get them. But I'm gonna quickly go through a couple of my favorites. So creating a membership plan. This is a link right here. That's why it's blue. I hope you'll all be able to get a copy of these slides so that way they're really easy to get to all of these resources for you. But if you click that, you're going to get this Strengthening Your Membership guide, and it's going to walk you through creating a membership plan. It's going to go through evaluating your club. So you're going to go through what's working and what isn't. And there are lots of different ways to do that. I'm going to go through my favorite next, which is the club health check. But if you don't know what's wrong, you don't really know what to fix. So evaluation is really important. And then it's going to go through a vision. Getting together with your committee and creating that vision for your club is going to help steer, where you go. It's going to talk about attracting new members and how to do that. It's going to give you other links to resources for how to do that. So this is an all-in-one kind of resource, which is why it's awesome. It's going to go through how to develop new clubs, and at the end, it's going to give you, like I said, a whole bunch more resources. The Rotary Club Health Check. If you guys were in my last session, I'm sorry, this is a little bit of a repeat, but it really is my favorite resource. For membership, it is the thing that's going to tell you what you're doing really well and what you're maybe struggling with a little bit. So it's going to go over the club experience. And that's going to be things like, are you welcomed when you come in? If you have a greeter, and do you have friends in your club? Are you happy to attend a meeting? So if you're struggling in that area, that's going to help you with that. Oh, I jumped to the next slide. Apparently we're moving on to the strategic plan. So this is also another one of those like all-encompassing resources. It's going to take you step by step how to improve your club. It starts with an assessment, right? So phase 1 of a strategic plan is, how are you doing? You can use that club health check to do that. And then phase 2 is creating a vision. Where do you want your club to be? What is it that you want to see change in your club? What, you want to be attractive, and how do you do that? So creating your vision. I like this one a lot because it makes you write down goals. So how do you achieve that vision? These are specific goals that it has you write down, and then you track your progress. So it's a little bit of accountability and a just straightforward, this is where we want to go, and this is how we do it. Man, I talked really fast on this one. I am already done. So I would love to take some questions or go over some resources. If you guys have specific things that you're struggling with, I'd love to show you where to get those. Lauren, did we have any questions come in?
I'm sorry to report that at this moment we don't have any questions, and so I would encourage those who are here, if you've got anything on your mind that involves membership and resources and so on, please share it with us now so that we can have a discussion about it in this group.
I had 7 pages of talking and I talked really fast.
Could you go slower?
I have a problem. I'm nervous.
Hello, this is Tom Osborne. I'm with Walla Walla Noon Club. I am president-elect. We're trying to figure out our budget for this next year and how to maintain membership. So part of the way that we raise funds is we have fundraisers, but well, most of those involve people getting together, whether it's a bike race or whether it's working parking lots at a fair. Or having a big get-together soiree as a fundraiser. At the same time, another fundraiser for us is our members pay for lunch even if they don't eat it. So we have, let's say, 175, 180 members, 100 show up to lunch, so we still charge them for lunch, but it's kind of a silent fundraiser. But now that we're doing Zoom, my question is, how do we engage our membership to stay interested and connected during this time where part of the value proposition of Rotary, which is getting together and meeting people and hanging out with your friends, is different. We're not going to be having lunch. And so I'm just wondering what the other clubs have, if you have some ideas. I definitely plan to do a health check And then, what does a strategic plan look like for the future?
Right. So you're absolutely right. Fellowship is so important in Rotary. I mean, it's one of our core values that John Bushnell talked about. So we don't want to lose the importance of connecting with our friends and seeing people face to face. And even if that is only through Zoom, I do have to say that our district has done a good job of having a happy hour Zoom meeting every Friday. I don't know if you've jumped in on one of those, but Lynn has people telling jokes and wearing crazy hats and everybody's drinking wine. And but it's one way just to connect. So I do think having those socials, even just online, is it really important. So you still get that fellowship. You get to check in with people that you, I mean, maybe we're worried about right now as well. This is a crazy time and we want to check in and make sure everybody's doing okay. So for the social aspect of it, I don't think you have to lose all of that just because we're not allowed to get together now. So that's one way to do it, like the district has been doing with a happy hour. But also to I mean, ask what your club wants. That's part of why the health check is so good, because you're gonna get feedback from your club of what they want to see, what kind of clubs or what kind of socials that they want to do, what kind of service projects they want to do, what is going to keep them involved. So the biggest thing we can do as a membership chair is communicating with our club, with our members, asking them what they want, what they need. So I think you'll get a lot of good feedback after you do those assessments. So I'm glad you have those plans. But I would love to open it up to seeing what other clubs are doing right now to connect with your members. Maybe aside from just a Zoom meeting. We have lots of hands raised. I like it.
I think it's important for each club, and maybe it falls on the membership chair or not, but to connect with the people. If you are meeting on Zoom or GoToMeeting, having a virtual meeting, maybe there is 2 or 3 of your members that haven't attended any of them. Maybe give them a call, encourage them, help them through it. I mean, we do live in a time that is scary for a lot of people. And as Sarah said, communication is very important, and I think it would be well, whether or not you want to call it a buddy system where everybody, phone, if nothing else, and touch base with people. Communication, my only suggestion right now.
Yeah, I like it. Is anybody doing anything really fun right now while we're in lockdown that maybe we can take back to our clubs?
One of the clubs that I look after is the Kimberley Rotary Club, and they had a virtual wine tasting night. And, I mean, it's all those little crazy little ideas that can keep us together socially. It could be a book club night. It could be anything like that. There's tons of ideas out there. We just need to sometimes touch base with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Lynn,
planning a social distancing hike.
how would that work?
You don't walk next to each other.
Oh, so you're really getting together to hike just 6 feet.
Oh yeah,
Just
virtual.
yelling to talk to each other.
Yeah, how about a virtual hike? Yeah.
Lynn, can you talk about our district happy hour socials that have been happening and how those have been going and your feedback from them?
You know what? I'd be happy to talk about it, but I see that Nadine and Tony have had their hands up for quite some time. So if they'd like to share first, I can talk about that stuff a little bit later.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not good at looking at those.
Sure. This is Tony, if that's an invitation.
Yes.
You know, Sarah, at the beginning, you described yourself as a dork. Uh, if that's the case, since I don't know you, but if that's the case, how do we attract more dorks to our Rotary clubs? Because you're doing a fantastic job.
Well, thanks. So for me, all I can talk about is my experience of how my club attracted this dork. But I was really new here, and I was searching for something to make me feel connected. And so I found Rotary from, actually, it happened to be the contractor working on my bathroom, and I was the annoying homeowner, right, that was in there talking to them. And I know they hate that. I just couldn't help it. I'm new here. I don't know anybody, and you're my only social contact. So he told me to go to a Rotary meeting. And I did that, and I felt so welcomed. So I think the biggest thing is all of you going out and talking to people in the community and inviting them. They can never come to a meeting if they're not invited. And then once they get there, you have to have that really welcoming environment, that greeter that is super happy to see you, people inviting a person that they don't know that just showed up to sit with them at lunch and talk to them. I think those little things are the most important things we can do, but it has to start with just talking about it. You have to just go out and invite people and get over your fear. That's what it is for me, being super shy. Just get over it. Go invite somebody to a meeting, and the dorks will come.
All right. Thanks for that, Sarah. Nadine, you had a comment or a question?
I do have a question. Hi, Sarah and everybody. I'm part of the District 5080 Passport Club, so we always meet online and have from the very beginning. And I honestly think this is really an amazing opportunity for Rotary to draw in younger people that are more inclined to be doing their meetings online. It's a little more flexible. But my question to you is, to get people involved in Rotary, I think we really have to share the good feeling that we get from giving and helping our communities, our fellow neighbors, our friends. How do we do that? How do we get out and share that great feeling with people before they even really get into Rotary? Is there a way to do that?
Well, so hopefully you have a public image committee, and making that public image committee active. So you're right, to attract these younger people that are super tech savvy, right? We're all online all the time. We have our phones in our hand, if not in our pocket. You know, so making sure that you're branding yourself online is a huge one. Showing the projects that you do, you know, showing your community that you're doing stuff, but getting out there in front of people in all kinds of ways. So Facebook posts, getting into the paper, wearing your Rotary shirts when you're doing service projects, all of those things, anything to get out in front of people. But I think your question was a little bit more of younger people, right? And they're all online, and we need to make that attractive on websites and on Facebook and wherever they are. Maybe your club needs a person that handles Twitter and Instagram, and I don't even know how to do those things.
And
but
we do that. Yeah, we do that. I want to somehow reach into their hearts and let them feel that feeling. And I think, like you said, the Facebook and the Instagram are really good ways to go. I just wish there was some magic that we could give to them so that they would know that this isn't work. This is all about fun and helping people.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess it's mostly getting those posts to look like you're having fun.
Yeah.
And really to show those people of action, you know, use those branding, but showing that it's people having fun doing those things during your service projects. So taking a lot of pictures, so they can picture themselves doing that as well. And then promoting all of the leadership and training and inspiration things that's available. So we have this district assembly, which is mostly about training, but there are other things that are about inspiration. And so the district conference usually has a really good speaker that's going to inspire people and make them want to join or get involved and do some good. Also, there's the Zone Institute, which I just couldn't talk more highly of. So that's going to be in November in San Diego this year. And I literally was bawling at these people that were presenting, because it touches you. You know, this lady that survived polio and what she had to go through. And so we need to find those ways to inspire and to connect to those people. And sometimes it's just inviting them to these types of things, or hold local events where it is just about what we do and inspiring them and inviting the public and our younger people to those kinds of things, whether in person or online. But we need to get that inspiration part out. And I think that's the point that you're getting at. How do we touch them? You know, and Tim's theme for his governor year, you know, is to have a heart for Rotary, and pushing that out to people is, I think, going to be awesome.
That's great. I hope that they do more online availability for like those zone conference meetings. I myself am in a wheelchair now and I can't get out to that stuff. This is awesome. I really hope we have more access.
I do think that's going to happen. I think what we're learning right now with all of this going on is that it's pretty easy to have a Zoom, you know, aspect to things. And I do think it will be more accessible. Just like our Zoom meeting right now happens to be recorded, as much as I hate it, you know, so we can reach those people that couldn't be here right now. Like we are doing it. We are getting out there better to more people.
It's awesome. Thank you.
Okay, Lynn, I wonder then, do you want to just share a little bit about the district happy hour and maybe some of the ideas that have come from that?
Okay. We started doing the district happy hour as a way to connect people almost as soon as the COVID-19 crisis began. Last night was technically the last scheduled version, but everybody that gets on said, no, we're going to keep going. So that is always going to happen. I email that link out to every single club member in the district. If you're not receiving it, it means your email, it probably is not updated on your Club Runner website. So go back into your profiles and update that. That way you can make sure that I'm getting to you. I'm listening to you carefully too, because it is my job to plan the events for next year. That's my job as district governor-elect starting in July. And particularly Nadine and anybody who, I know I personally am going to be a little bit nervous about being in a room with people until there's a vaccine available for this COVID-19. And so I want to learn how to blend properly the online availability with the in-person, because there is a lot of value for the face-to-face as well. But anyway, back to the happy hour. Yeah, so we're going to keep going on with that because we're so far apart. I mean, our district takes 11 hours to drive across. It's a gorgeous district, but that's a significant issue for a lot of people. So this is a great way for people to start to get to know each other. I am also considering a couple of other opportunities for online. I want to learn from you, from the members, what we really need to do, what the district needs to do for you. So I'm considering maybe a once a month or a once a quarter online, you know, chat with the governors or whatever we want to call it kind of thing, where you can just touch base with us and address concerns, ask questions, those kinds of things. I'm also considering maybe we should do quarterly meetings like this, where we have maybe one is a public image and you can learn about public image, how to make videos, how to connect on social media, all of that stuff. Another one, we could have a foundation focus in the fall, another membership one where we go really deep into the membership issues that so many of our clubs are having. Lots of opportunities, and I'm looking to you guys to help me develop those opportunities. I can think, oh, everybody probably needs or wants this, but that's me. I want to hear what you guys have to say. So you're always welcome to get in touch with me. It came up a little bit earlier. I wanted to share something I heard yesterday about a Rotary Club. They decided to do an online cooking class as a fundraiser. And I see this as an opportunity to be a fundraiser and a social, because clubs are really struggling with their fundraisers. I know my club hosts a bike ride, and our bike ride is in August, and we're not certain we're going to be able to put it on. And I know most of the bike rides around the district that were scheduled for the spring were canceled, and those were big fundraisers for people. And so that's a big issue. So what this one club decided to do was a couple of the members are going to host a cooking show. And she's going to broadcast, he or she, I'm not even sure who it is going to broadcast the cooking show from their kitchen. But the members pay, and I'm not sure how they're collecting the money. They may have figured out an electronic way, or maybe people are just mailing in checks. But people pay a certain amount of money. 2 club members are going out and doing the shopping, and they deliver to your doorstep the ingredients that you need for this particular cooking project. And you get set up in your own kitchen, you put your computer out, and they have a cooking show. And everybody cooks the same meal. So I'm kind of intrigued by that. I personally love to cook, and I love to share cooking. So I might try to do something like that as well. I'm also foundation chair for my club, so I need to step up the game before the end of the year. So, and I see Tony has something to share.
Well, when you said they were trying to figure out how to make payments for the online video, we had the same issue, and we did start a PayPal account, and it makes it very, very easy for anybody that's in PayPal to write a check, as it were, to our club. The only trouble is PayPal takes a little bit out of it every time you use it. So if you donate, I don't know, $100 to something, the club's only going to get 97 or something like that. But it's very, very, very useful and easy to use. You just need the club's email address, and then you go into PayPal and you type in you want to give so much money to this address, and it's done.
Thank you, Tony, for that. I really like that suggestion, because that would also work cross-border. And sometimes we're having a little bit of an issue at the district level trying to figure out how to perhaps get grant money across the border, stuff like that. That may be an option, as long as the expenses aren't high enough where that fee becomes a significant fee.
Hello, Mel. I see your hand there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Mel Dick. I'm from the Sandpoint Club. Our club was on a real growth roll this past year, and obviously it has screeched to a halt. This is for either Sarah or Lynn or both. What's going on with membership numbers in the district for this year?
So overall, I mean, we are still even slowly increasing. We had a couple even last month join through all of this. I think because we're being so accessible. So I think it was Bob that was telling me this morning that John Hugo, is that how you say his name? He's the Rotary CEO, was talking about how he went and looked at trends every time something, major happens that affects the entire world, and how people do things and moving forward. Rotary as a whole hasn't lost people. Like, people are really afraid that membership is just going to super decline. But what he found, looking at these trends and all of these other big events, that Rotary doesn't really crash, right? We come together and we figure out how to help in this time of need. And so I don't think overall that membership is going to suffer. What we need to do is be flexible and adapt to our changing world, which that's what we're doing with this virtual assembly. We just have to get online more. We have to go promote ourselves in different ways. We have to connect with people online more now. But it's actually a way to increase membership because we have more reach. We don't have to have people only showing up in person now. Once we can have in-person meetings, we can do that and be virtual. So I don't see membership really struggling, even in our district, because we're figuring this online thing out. And as long as we are promoting that, I think we're going to be okay. And we can still make inductions fun, and we can have orientations and all of that stuff online. We just have to get more creative.
And I'd like to echo what Sarah has to say. It is a time of intriguing creativity. It's not a time to sit and look back at what was. It's a time to look at what's forward. I know you guys probably heard that our youth exchange program, the Rotary Global Youth Exchange Program, is canceled for next year. I know the District 5080 RILA, that was canceled fairly early on, just too dangerous to get those kids together. Both of those organizations, as far as I know, are taking a step back to reinvent themselves. They're going to take a close look at what worked, what is really good that needs to be saved, and what's old or stale that really might be holding us down. I would like to let you know that I'm working with the visioning team. District 5080 has a visioning team. So if you are afraid for your clubs, I asked them to come up with a virtual presentation, a way to do visioning for your clubs that's online, so that, that's going to be a little tricky. Again, the face-to-face can be valuable, but there's nothing that we can't accomplish this way. Amazing technology that we have. Nadine, going back to what you had said, I posted a link on the chat, in the chat thing. It's a Rotary blog about a Rotary public image campaign. If you go on to, Sarah already showed you some membership resources, but there's also public image resources on either the zone websites or rotary.org. And you can learn about how to tell Rotary's story. Now I see like Dwayne's wearing a beautiful Rotary shirt. Couple other of you have pins on. Tony, Steve, you're wearing your Rotary shirt. Those aren't just for Rotary meetings. Sarah's wearing hers. I like that one. Sarah and I are in the same club. Wear your Rotary stuff out in the community. There's no reason you're walking down the street, you do something cool for somebody, they see that you're wearing a Rotary shirt and they make the connection. And that's part of our public image as well. Telling your story, that's something that every president goes through at the President-elect training seminar. They learn to tell their stories. Like Sarah mentioned, if you have a public image committee in your club, pretty important committee these days, shout it out. I love to tell everybody how cool Rotary is, because I think Rotary really is cool. We're a non-governmental, non-religious organization, which means we have the power to go places that nations don't have the power to go to, or faiths don't have the power to go to. We have a lot of credibility in the world, and we need to let people know that. So find out ways to shout it out. During COVID-19, if you're out there delivering masks, delivering food to your seniors, wear your Rotary stuff, like Sarah had suggested. Make newspaper articles about it. Facebook. I don't know how to do Instagram or some of the other ones either, Twitter. So I need to learn. We all need to learn. Now's the time.
Lynn, can I just add to that a little bit? I wear the End Polio Now button, the same as my background, on pretty well every day. I wear it to work. And it doesn't happen all that often, but every once in a while somebody say, well, what's this End Polio Now? And I mean, sometimes they ask, what's polio? Because, in North America, it hasn't been around for over 30 years now, which is great news. But it's something that gives you an opportunity. If you just have something where you can invite somebody to share a little bit, then it's a door that's opened, and you can tell that story.
That's exactly right. Okay, we're approaching time to tie this up. We have just a couple of minutes left. If anybody wants to have some final thoughts, some final questions, anything I can help with?
Hello, Joe. Yes. You're muted.
There we go. Yeah, just again on the change that's coming around. Paul Harris, I use this quote a lot anytime I'm talking to anybody about change. But Paul Harris, when he was around, said, if Rotary is to realize its proper destiny, it must be evolutionary at all times and revolutionary on occasion.
Wait, you're
You've
muted
muted
again.
yourself.
If Rotary is to realize its proper destiny, it must be evolutionary at all times, revolutionary on occasion.
Now is that occasion, isn't it? You know, and one thing I do, and I know that our district public image chair, Mark Griffin, is going to encourage everybody, don't just share Rotary Facebook posts with your club. Share them with your community. I share them all the time. And not only that, but you can follow Rotary International. You can follow End Polio Now. They all have Facebook pages. There's a couple of other Rotary Facebook pages in addition to your club's Facebook pages. And sometimes those are some interesting feeds. You can feed those with your clubs, but you can also feed those with your community. I love telling people about the things that we do with youth and the things that we do with peace, because those are not things that are necessarily associated with Rotary. We're thought of as a business club or a community economic development club or just a service club. So anything that you see online that's interesting, share it. Some of your friends are going to pick it up and they're going to maybe ask you about it. There's that opportunity again. Does anybody have anything else for the day? Sarah, do you want to close this up?
Yes. Well, first, I just want to thank you all for being here and listening to me. And I hope you got something out of it. We should post these slides on the district website. And it has all of the links built into it. So it should be easy to find things. But I hope that now you know where to go if you need some membership resources. And please just use me, call me, email me, anything. I am here for you as your membership chair for another year. So just thanks for being here and for all that you do for Rotary. And we'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon. Have a good day, everybody.
And thanks everybody for your participation and comments.
Thank you.